Hey guys, I'm going to do a review of a movie that I watched the other day. It's funny, I hadn't seen it before. I got this in a trade with somebody you might remember, Shock and Awe. And I always enjoyed Shock's videos. He This trade caused a little controversy when it happened, and I guess I've been reluctant to view it because of the controversy. Long story short, it took a long time for me to get it. But I think I know why now. I mean, the guy is super busy. I thought I was busy, but he's super busy, and which is probably why he hasn't been on YouTube. I know he was opening a theater or something somewhere. I don't know what he does for a living, but it sounds like he's very busy. And he was off YouTube for a long time. I think he's still off. The last time I talked to him, he said he might be back in a month or so. He was wanting to get this opening underway, and then I haven't heard anything. And I did send him a couple messages because he's a pretty nice guy. I think the misunderstanding that we had was not cool, but it is what it is sometimes, and you just have to get past it, which I did. Anyway, I'm going to review the movie that I traded, that I got in a trade from him, and it's a really good movie. And that is, get some light on the subject here. I guess it's about as good as I'm going to get, huh? Let's see here. There we go. Raise it up a little bit just for now. This is Park Chan-wook's Oldboy. This is the Tartan Asia Extreme Collector's Edition. 3 discs over, we can read what it says right there, right? Over 350 minutes. Lots of bonus features, including the commentary, and the cinematographer, the director, and the cast. There's an original 35mm film cell in here. There's an Oldboy manga graphic novel, which is really cool, 210 pages. And it reads from what we would consider to be back to front, which is kind of cool once you get used to it. Some behind-the-scenes documentaries, the making of the film, the cast remembers. I always like those kind of things. The music score. There's a featurette on the Grand Prix at Cannes, where it won an award. Deleted scenes. Autobiography of Oldboy. A video diary from each of the shooting days. A really cool edition. It's in a tin, which is pretty cool. And there's the side of it. It's embossed, as I think you can probably tell. And the back has this really cool cardboard slip type thing over the front and back, which I leave on because I think it looks cool. That's how he sent it to me. So I left it on that way. But I'm going to take it off now to show you that the front just looks kind of plain. Other than the Oldboy's embossed there at the top, and then there's a cool picture there of him fighting a bunch of people. And then it's just black at the bottom. 15 years of imprisonment, 5 days of vengeance. This is a really good movie, and I haven't seen the dust on here. I whipped it off with a cloth later, some dust on it. That's what the back looks like. I guess I'll raise it up so you get a better look. It's kind of a gold tint to it. It depends on goldish, silverish tint, I guess. Pretty cool, though. So let's look at the inside, and then I'm going to talk about the movie. Naturally. There's 3 discs in here, and this is kind of what the inside looks like. I'm going to raise it up because I think the lighting's a little better this way. Okay. And then each of the discs, I'm sit down to do this, comes in like a little cardboard digibook. There's the first one. And there's the disc. This is DVD, by the way. And this contains the feature film, director's commentary. All the commentaries are on this, with the feature film. So that's that. And then the second digibook, just like this. You can see it pretty good. I realize I'm probably blocking the light, but it's pretty easy to see the image on here. This is disc 2. It looks like that. And that contains all that. And then finally, disc 3. It looks like that. And that disc looks like that. And this is the autobiography of Oldboy on here, the day-by-day shooting. Here's the manga comic. This is just really a book, not a comic. This is the wrong way to read it. And if you try to read it this way inside, it'll tell you stop. You're reading it the wrong way. You're at the back, not the front. This is the way. Whoops. This is the way you read it. So it opens exactly the opposite, and you read it exactly the opposite you would think. So to read this, you'd start up here and read across this way, then go to here and across, and then finally here and across. But it's really cool. It's got lots of black and white stuff. Dropping a couple digibooks here, and then it's got a. I'm going to take it out, but it's got that image, which is really a telling image. That image on the cell here. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Well, let's talk about the actual movie itself. Since I've managed to dump a couple digibooks here, I'll pick those up. Okay, pretty easy to do. And I'll talk about the film itself. First of all, the image quality is excellent. It's must have been remastered somewhere along the line. It's not that old of a film, though. So it's pretty easy to have a good quality film when the film's only, I think, 1993 or something like that. Maybe, no, not even that old. It's newer than that because in the very beginning, well, during his 15 years of imprisonment, it shows things like the World Trade Center. So that's 1999, so it's after that, and other things as well. So it shows quite a bit of things there while he's imprisoned. Now, hopefully you haven't watched the new one. I didn't want to watch the one that's out now. I think it's probably already on Blu-ray because I don't think it's any good from everything I've understood about it. I read a couple of reviews. People are saying it doesn't compare to this one at all. It's like an insult to this original movie. Just doesn't do it justice, so on and so forth. So I'm going to guess that is the case, though I have not seen it. So let's see how this looks if I do this. A little height, never hurt anything. There we go. Can I get that where that looks pretty decent as I talk about it? Well, I thought I had it, but one more attempt here. Yeah, it's pretty good. So the plot. For some unknown reason, a man is taken off the street and imprisoned for 15 years. And then suddenly released. And he now is trying to find out why he was imprisoned and who imprisoned him. And then he wants to seek revenge, as I think anybody would. Put that lamp down. It's done well. The frustration, the anger, the just hopelessness at some point that this man feels is just incredible. As you can imagine, being locked in a room for 15 years. When he's finally let out, he is quite the detective. But he's quite motivated, and I think that's really the key. And he gets a little help, because the person who's done this to him kind of wants him to find out who did it. So that's it's interesting. And I say person, but it's really more involved than that. So it's really the kind of movie that I can't say too much about it, because to give away really too much of the plot is to ruin the experience for you. That's why I say I hope you don't watch the Spike Lee version that's out now, because I think the plot is probably pretty similar, but I think they butcher it in the acting part, and that's true with a lot of these movies that are made, and then someone decides to remake it later, especially when it's something like a Korean movie like this, because it has such there's a few scenes in here, and I'm not gonna go too much into it, but there's a few scenes, scene at a sushi bar that really only would make sense to have happen in Korea for a number of reasons. If you know anything about Korean beliefs and Korean culture, only certain things could happen, and yet it's such a pivotal part of the movie for a lot of reasons that you really have to have it in there. Now, I have not watched all the bonus features on this yet, but I've watched some, and the quality on them is very good. Again, it's not that old of a movie. 2003, I believe, is when it came out. I'm just recollecting what I looked up on Wikipedia for this. And then, of course, there's a 2000 and whatever it was, 13 remake, which pales by comparison. So I don't recommend you watch the new one. I recommend you get a copy of this, whether it be this fancy edition that I've got or something just more basic that just has the film itself, maybe a commentary or so. But I think if you like film and you can get past a couple scenes that are graphic, yes, but not so much that you can't watch it. But there are a couple scenes that are that'll get to you a little bit. But anyway, I enjoyed it. I'm glad I finally watched it. It's been long enough. It's been well over a year since I traded with Shock and Awe. In fact, he's probably been gone a year. So I think I was kind of ready to watch it at this point, ready to see it. And I've got so many things to catch up on that I've got my wall here of Blu-rays and DVDs that are just, this is mainly stuff that I watch here. And then I've got shelves over here with stuff on it, and then up here with stuff on it. And then I've got some other stuff hidden away in a drawer. So lots and lots and lots of stuff to watch. And I've watched a lot of it, but I haven't watched all this for sure. Quite a few of the Criterions I have yet to catch up on, so I need to do that at some point. Anyway, guys, my review of Oldboy is it's a great movie. I say go out and get it, or at least watch it. Find a way to watch this. It really is a really good movie, and I highly recommend it. So with that said, I'm going to sign off for now, and I will talk to you soon. Please comment. I enjoy those most of all. So if you've seen Oldboy, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. If you've seen the new one, I guess I'd like to hear your thoughts about that too, without giving away too much of the plot, because I don't want people who haven't seen it to indicate too much. Or tell me a private message. I've seen the movie, so you can tell me about the new one, and it won't ruin anything for me, because I don't plan on seeing the new one. And subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and like it if you want to. I guess that's all the things that people usually say, right? I guess I've covered all my bases there. All right, guys. Have a good day, night, afternoon, whatever it is when you watch this, and take care.